Hi.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast.
Where we are already a little rummy.
I was like, where
are we going?
Where are we going?
Where are you going with that?
It is Thursday afternoon,
Yes,
as normal. Recording day, it is March 23rd.
It is the 23rd.
Oh, yeah, I put that on the show notes.
Here comes March. Marching right along. We're almost at the end of March.
We are, but it doesn't feel much like spring and such.
No. Because we saw lots of snow, and it's cold.
It's very cold. Today's a little better, though. It's warmed up. Yesterday was brutal.
Yes.
But we are usually a knitting, crocheting, fiber arts making kind of podcast.
Yes.
And we've got all kinds of goody things to talk to you about. It'll be a little bit shorter episode today.
Yes, because I've got to run.
And has to run. But that's fine.
Yep.
We can squeeze it all in. And
we'll talk super fast.
We'll talk really, really fast
really
today.
fast.
And we've got lots of exciting events to talk. Well, not lots of exciting. We've got a very exciting event to talk about.
Yes.
Which we'll kind of save to the end, just to tease you guys.
Yes.
Even though I've wanted to like blab it like every day
on social media. Yeah.
But you guys will be finding out first.
Exactly. So you can find the store everywhere out on the social medias.
And just keeping us going.
I know I am. I'm
keeping us
focused.
right on track.
I didn't even start my timer. As Must Love Yarn. So that's Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, Pinterest. Are we on Pinterest?
Actually, I think we are.
Okay. Periscope.
I did it quite a while ago, but I haven't
Twitter,
kept up with it.
Everywhere. Must Love Yarn.
Yep, and our website, mustloveyarn.com, where you can find lots of the goodies that we sell and talk about, and all of our, well, not all of, but a lot of our local yarns. Some of them I have to take pictures of still and get up there, but a lot of them are there.
Perfect.
So if you're looking for some woolly goodness from Vermont,
that's a place
check
to
us out.
Check us out.
Yeah, and there's a whole little separate section for that.
Yes. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on the internet, at Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid. That's a JR Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins. And
so what are you wearing today?
I have been wearing this any day that it is like really cold. I should have worn this yesterday, but I wore a different cowl. This is Interlude, and it's a worsted weight asymmetrical triangle shawl, and I can wrap it around me like 5 times because it's nice and long, and it's so cozy to wear. So any day that it's been cold since I finished it, I've been wearing it. So people have been probably seeing me in it a lot.
Nice.
But we'll link everything to show notes. I've been really good because Ange was brilliant and came up with a great idea for show notes.
Google Docs.
Yeah, so we can share it, and it's so much easier because we can each put in our own stuff.
Yep.
But anyway, so everything we talk about is going to be in show notes. Yep. So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my finished Find Your Fade shawl.
It's gorgeous.
Because it's the best shawl for a cold day, though it's really
you can probably wrap yours around you like more than 5 times.
It's almost like a blanket. And yesterday I was like, running around. But I also have a cardigan that I knit that is, the actual pattern name is Watson. When I was knitting it, because it's lace weight held double, it was referred to as Bad Word Watson. So
it's not written on the show notes what she said, but I won't show you.
No.
It wouldn't be a family-friendly show.
It makes it very not family-friendly. But it's a lovely, lightweight cardigan with some lace detail. But for the lace weight held double on, I want to say like US 3s or US 4s, which takes a huge amount of time.
Yeah, and you have to be so careful that you don't drop the strand at one of the strands at any point, because you'll notice it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm wearing today.
Lovely. They go so well together.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. It's that green fall motif. Right in time for spring.
Then you need this bright green.
I know. So this is one of my works in progress, and this is our knit along, crochet along. It's the mitered square felted bag, and you might notice that it is not much further than it was last week. That's because I started to pick up for the side panels, got them partway knitted, and realized that I had put the wrong number of stitches on the needle.
Oh no.
And so it kind of went into timeout. But it's not the pattern's fault. It's my fault because I cannot.
Well.
I didn't look at the pattern. I was like, oh yeah, I got this. I totally got this. And I totally got it wrong. And then when I went to go pull out my stitches, the cord came apart on my needle. So
That's the worst.
I have been I had to wait. I didn't have to wait. I did not need to buy a new cord here. I have so many cords in my house. Anyway, this has been sitting on my desk in timeout like all week.
Oh dear.
So, and I was trying to pick up stitches and get some on so I could work on it while we were podcasting. And look, I'm not even picking up stitches. It needs to set aside for a while because it's clearly, it and I are not playing well together right now.
And just had a bit of a long day.
I have.
So yeah.
Away with you. Away with you. And if you remember from last week, this is the one that I was knitting on that I discovered this giant yarn barf in the middle of the skein. So I maybe should have taken that as a sign that things were not going to continue to go well.
Oh dear.
It happens.
Yeah.
So hopefully all of your knit alongs on the mitered square felted bags are going better than mine.
So it's kind of like a knitting a Texan whip at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
Darn it all.
Yeah. So the good news is that when I pick it back up again, the mitered squares go pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's good. They're kind of
now that I have a cord for my needle.
So I have primarily been putting most of my attention to my Willow Creek sweater, and it is coming along quite well. I have finished the body.
Excellent.
And I bound off. Ta-da!
Yay.
And it was the first time I had done a tubular bind off.
Oh, how did that? Those are really interesting.
So if you haven't done a tubular bind off before, it's actually a sewn bind off, and it's basically like doing Kitchener stitch, but all on the stitches on the length of your needle. So you're working into, because this is a 1x1 rib, so you're working into the knit stitch and the purl stitch, kind of like you would the front and the back needle, and it's the same rhythm. So it
gives you a very nice finished edge on a ribbing.
I don't know if you can really tell or not, but basically what it does is it rolls that stitch right over. It'll look better when it's blocked, but so that it looks like it's just, seamless, endless, whatever.
Right.
Like it's just would keep going.
It makes it look like you did the ribbing down and then turned the hem.
Yeah.
It's basically.
But still being very thin.
Yeah.
And very stretchy. So I was a little bit worried because I was like, okay, when I get this done, if it doesn't fit and I have to take that out, because what I should have done is just probably put it on like a longer cable needle and tried it on, but I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to try it on. And I did, and thank God it fits. It fits really, really well. So it's a very body hugging sweater. It's probably, I would say 0-ish ease, maybe a little negative ease, but it's pretty much the dimensions of what I am, what I measure. So after I got that all done, then I picked up, I guess it doesn't really matter if I show you the front and the back, but the front does come down a little bit. So I am working on the collar now. So I picked up all the way around, front and back.
Oh, nice.
And it's a 1x1 collar, a 1x1 rib collar. And then so this collar is actually, you knit it until it's 8 inches tall, and then it flops over and it becomes like a nice loose cowl neck. It's hard to tell right now because the cable's in there from the needle.
Are you going to do a tubular cast off on that as well?
They actually she said just to do like a stretchy bind off, but I don't know why. I mean, I'm thinking I actually might do the tubular bind off on this too. I think it would work quite well.
Yeah.
So that is that, and I think it's going to look really pretty. And then I just have the sleeves to do.
Nice.
Which I'll probably end up doing magic loop because we don't have any of the 9-inch circulars that go up to a 9. I can order some, which I am going to be putting an order into that company.
You
So
should just order some.
I might just order some because sleeves.
Why not?
Sleeves. Maybe I'll order 2 and then I'll just work a couple rows on one.
A couple rows on the other. There you go.
Yeah, I know, I'm pathetic.
There you go.
So yeah, so Willow Creek coming along quite well, and there it is.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really, really pleased with the fit of it. So, but I guess that's what happened, you know, when you swatch and you do all the math and
You make sure
all that good stuff.
Make sure that it's going to work.
Yep.
So I did do what I was threatening to do last week, which was cast on a pair of socks for myself.
Yay!
Yay.
Socks for you.
I know. I am super excited. So, and look at how far I got. I
nice.
am working on the heel. I just started the heel flap. So
I cruise on those little 9-inch.
you can just sit there
You
and
really
just do it.
cruise along.
So this yarn is Into the World.
Their yarns are
and
so lovely.
It's a their Gloucester sock. So it's a 80 superwash merino, 20% nylon. And the colorway is called Madame Vostra.
They're pretty. I like the colors on them.
It's very springy.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very springy. And I don't have any socks that are kind of all of these colors.
Mm-hmm.
I have lots of individual colors,
Like the teals and the purples
yeah.
and the greens and stuff.
but
yeah.
not too many like crazy colors. So anyway, so working on those.
Nice.
Made actually pretty good progress on them.
Well, I've worked on these guys a little bit, but they're really not much farther, I don't think, than the last time I showed you. So I'll just give you a quick peek at these. These are the One Twisted Tree yarn socks that I've been working on. But I've been really pushing on my sweater, so these haven't seen a whole lot of love. I did work on them on Sunday a little bit when we were sitting,
Yep.
which we'll touch on a little bit. We'll try to touch on everything quickly.
Right. Well, and that's part of the reason why I have so much done on my sock is because of Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
So we all got together on Sunday.
Sunday. So,
But yeah, so those are coming along. I'm close to where I'm going to start putting the heel on, and I haven't decided what kind of heel I want to do yet.
yeah.
I like the fit of heel flap and gusset.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer doing heel flap and gusset top down.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a pattern for doing it toe up, but I still like the way it fits toe up. I just don't like knitting it as well.
Yeah, it's a
toe up.
different-
Yeah.
yeah.
So I know that sounds weird, but it's
It's
you know.
whatever works. For
Yeah.
you.
So I have to decide what I want to do with that.
So this is the last thing that I've been
So that-
working on quite a bit.
Wee chicken, you've gotten really far on that.
Yeah, let me just finish this row here.
Okay,
so I
well,
can
let's
hold
see.
it
Oh,
up.
I can show you. I can talk about the other thing that I'm doing since you still have
Yeah,
a few more
almost-
stitches
yeah,
to go.
almost done.
So I had mentioned last time that I was going to swatch for the Sizzle Pop, which is a brioche shawl, and I'm using the Legacy Fiber Arts parchment colorway, and then the skein of the light. This is a parchment. It's kind of neutrals with little pops of blue, and then Ange gave me this skein of Knit Picks Hawthorne. So and they work really lovely together. So I'm just barely into it. So I'm not far enough to tell whether or not I'm going to like them together. I think I really am. So there they are in the very baby beginnings of the
Oh,
brioche
wow.
swatch.
Nice.
So you can see that blue popping through. So that's the front side. And then that's the back. So I think they're going to work well, but I just want to get a little further into it. Get the swatch done, wash it, block it,
Yep.
and then look at it from near and afar.
I know, right?
Because that will make a difference, because, you know, seeing it from a different perspective
Yep.
definitely can change your mind. Because, I mean, when you're looking at it up close or when you're wearing it up close, it can look so different than when you see somebody from far away.
That's true.
So, but as long as I like it, then I'm going to go with it. So if it makes me happy, then I'm going for it.
Okay, right. Yes. Okay, so Wee Chickadee.
Wee Chickadee.
I
Oh my God.
have been hauling
Look at that
on
wee
this.
little chickadee.
So we've got Sleeves have been divided.
Oh my God, look at you go.
I know, right?
The body is like almost done.
It
Look
is.
At that.
It was for 4.5 inches, and I just measured, and it was like 4.25.
Yeah, you're really
so
close.
Before I need to start the edging.
Oh my God.
So
That is really, really cute.
the color
Ange.
work there.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just a cute little baby cardigan.
Oh, I love it.
I really like the color choices. I think these
I do
darker
too.
colors up here really make the gray stand out.
That
And
is
the blue stands
adorable.
out beautifully on the black.
It really does. And then you can see those little pops of pink and red.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's coming along. I'm so pleased.
That's really
so
cute.
pleased with that. So we'll see how much progress. That's the fun thing about baby sweaters. They're so quick.
Yeah.
So quick.
And that's
Even
fingering
on
weight,
Fingering
yeah.
weight yarn.
Yeah.
It just goes so much faster than grown-up sweaters.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So yeah, so that's where I am with this one.
That's really nice.
And then I'll be in sleeve land with you, but I
Baby
I
sleeves
won't
are-
have the option of doing it on 9-inch circulars
No,
for
they won't
baby
quite
sleeves.
work. Yeah.
I'll have to do probably double points.
And just a fan of double points.
Yeah, I don't mind
Unlike
them.
me.
Yeah, they don't really bother me.
I mean, I can do double points. Not that I end up getting ladders with double points, and I don't with Magic Loop. And it's funny because some people are the complete opposite. They'll get ladders with Magic Loop, but they won't with double point. So I don't know. It's just how I tension my yarn or something. And
Yeah.
no matter what I do when I'm using double points, I can always tell. Like it's not always. It's now that I'm a more accomplished knitter, it's not as obvious. But for me, I see it. So
Yeah.
But so that's all my works in progress.
Nice.
I don't have any others.
I've been pretty monogamous this week
Yeah.
with the baby sweater and my sock. That's really what I've
Yeah.
been working on.
I worked on my socks and my sweater, and those are the two things that I've been really cranking on. Although, so
Uh-oh.
I have another
Ruh-roh.
project that I think I want to do. And so I was watching the Knitting Expat. It's another podcast on YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel, Mina Phillip, and she has only been knitting, for what, 2 years now, a year? She hasn't been knitting for very long at all, but she is an amazingly fast knitter. That was one thing that she really wanted to work on was her speed, and she can knit so fast. But she's gotten really into designing patterns, and she's got some really cool ones out there. So the reason I actually saw this is because some of the yarn that she used in here is one that we have in the store. So
Nice.
spring into summer shawl is the pattern. So the gray that she used, this is just a fingering weight of like a full size skein of a fingering weight.
Yep.
But then this gradient here, this is actually, she used Wonderland Yarns gradient kits. They're mini kits for this. And we have a whole bunch of those, and I actually just put a whole bunch more on order. I've got this color. This is not a color I would choose for myself. It's very pretty, but I did order some of this because I think it's
Nice.
going to be popular, and people
Yeah.
are going to want to do similar colors to what she's
Yeah.
got. But the other thing that Wonderland Yarns does, which will be perfect for this pattern, is they do what they call their combo kits.
Yeah.
So it's their mini kit, which they include five skeins, and then they do a full size skein. So you can buy the whole
Everything
combo
together.
kit, and the colors are done for you. If you don't want to work on picking out colors yourself, and you just want something that's all together for you, then these are great. And I just ordered a whole bunch of new colors in these.
Nice.
And yeah, so you could have an entire shawl basically in one thing.
That would be fun.
And her patterns are very, very well written. This is a nice asymmetrical triangular shawl, so you start at one edge where you're very few stitches that you have to cast on. And that's the thing I really like about these. You never have well, actually, when you get to the end, you have a lot of stitches on, but you're building up and up and up, and
Right. It's just for a little bit that you have that.
yeah, not like a triangular shawl where you have the entire wingspan on your needles at once.
Yeah.
So they're a lot of fun, and
Maybe we could talk about doing that as our next knit along.
yeah, that might be a good idea. So As soon as I saw this pattern come out, I bought it because I actually have a combo kit at home that I got at TNA last year.
Yeah, nice.
And so I'm going to knit that up into this and then have it as a shop sample.
Nice. Well, I guess let us know. If folks want to do this as a knit along.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
We can start it when we finish the current one that we have going on, or we could even do 2 in conjunction. So if you have interest in that, let us know.
Yeah, and we'll be having, like I said, we'll be having more of the Wonderland Yarns kits come in.
Maybe we should wait till the kits
so
come in.
Yeah, we could do that. So let's. I'll let everybody know on.
Shoot for like April-ish.
Yeah, because they have to dye everything. So sometimes it's a few weeks before we have our order.
April 15th when this other knit along gets done.
So
let's finish one and start another one.
Yeah, and that would be a nice spring summer kind of shawl. It's got that really nice lace panel in it.
Yeah.
So I'll let everybody know as soon as we get that yarn in.
It would be awesome.
And then we can plan our knit along.
Nice.
So I'll write down for our Cal so I don't forget because you know I would. Spring into summer. Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
So that's kind of next on my list.
Okay.
The Sizzle Pop. You guys, because I want to get store stuff done.
Yeah.
I'm so bad about. Well, that's part of the reason I have so many projects going because I try to prioritize some of the stuff at the store.
Yeah.
Just so we can get new, fresh samples in here. So, and it's stuff that I love. But then I come across other stuff and I'm like, oh, well,
I've got that in stash.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how, just to give you a clue as to what's going on in my mind.
Well, I'd be knitting the MET right now if I had gotten the baby shower notice.
Yeah.
So
sometimes when you have a deadline you have to knit for, you just have to put that ahead of everything else anyway. So
exactly.
So yeah. I have a couple acquisitions that I can talk about really quickly.
I've been so very good. The last few weeks, it's almost boring. I've bought like nothing except for apparently replacement cords.
Yeah. Well, mine are not yarny. I have no yarny acquisition. Well, the one I mentioned to you about last week. So it's coming tomorrow.
Not here
of
yet.
course. So it's not here yet, so I can't show it to you. And then there's another one to go. This is one of my acquisitions. Yes, I'm going to be starting sewing. So I grew up. My mom was what we at the time called seamstress. A lot of people call themselves sewist now. Same
tailor.
Yeah. So my mom, when I was growing up, she sewed. That's what she did. She worked for a children's clothing company, and she did piecework from home, and she sewed a lot of our clothes growing up. And she's mostly into quilting now, but she's done the little project bags, and she likes doing little fun projects like that too. And she does enjoy doing clothes. So I grew up with it. I didn't do tons of sewing growing up. I did make a couple quilts with my mom with her help, and little things for Barbie dolls and things like that. And I've done little small things for the house, a few curtains and that you do, things that you do.
Yep.
But I've really wanted to do some sewing patterns for myself because I'm not a big fan of shopping. And now that I know what kind of clothes I like, it's easier to just see a pattern, say, I know that'll work for my body type. Okay, so this will work for my body type, except for I'm not putting pockets on them. So I'm almost hourglasses, but more heavy. I'm a little bit more pear-shaped on the bottom, and so I'm not going to put pockets right on my hips. And what I might eventually do is put like hidden pockets in on the side seams.
Yeah.
So I might do that.
I do like the pockets.
I know pockets are nice, so I might do that. I don't think I'll do it on my first attempt at this dress. It's a very simple dress. I think I was looking at it. It's the front, the back, and then the 2 ties. So, so you can't really see on here, but underneath the bust line, there's ties that kind of come in and pull it to the back. So dresses for my body type, my narrowest part is like right here. So that's where if I have something that's fitted through there, then it's more flattering for me. So I'm gonna do this. my fabric, I ordered fabric that's coming, and it's coming. I was hoping it was going to be here today, but well, actually, it is here today. It's in my mailbox at home because I got the delivery notification. But so I've got some fabric. It's really, really cute, and I'll bring some in next time to show you guys.
Well, we can't wait to see that.
So as soon as I get home, the laundry that I should do for like my regular clothes is going to wait because I'm going to wash my fabric.
We call that priorities.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that, and I think Sunday I might cut out at least one of them.
Nice.
So I'm excited. That'll be fun, and I like wearing dresses with leggings because then like it's kind of like just wearing pants, but it's modest because I don't just wear leggings. That's not how I am unless I'm exercising, but.
And even then, you're like, oh.
So then, like, a dress with leggings is, like, the ultimate in comfort and ease, and I can still do everything because when I get home, I go right from here to my barn and take care of my animals, so I kind of have to be comfortable and covered and everything.
Nice.
So that was that one.
Okay, and the other?
The other will tie into the event that we went to this weekend.
Yep.
So this is a book that I got. It's The Modern Natural Dyer, and it's by Christine I think it's Vehar. She is Verb for Keeping Warm, and I've wanted to do some natural dyeing. I've got so many plants on my property that I can use for natural dyeing. So this will be kind of nice to have. And I was looking through it, and it's really written very well. So I'm kind of going to be diving into this maybe this summer, so that'll be fun. And I've got Carol who's done some before.
Super fun.
I got this book when we went up to Nido this weekend. So me and Carol and Ange all took a road trip up to Nido, which is a yarn and fabric store in Burlington. Yeah. And they are doing a spinning tales. They call it Spinning Tales. And it's a series of lectures that they're doing with people in the area who are involved in the fiber industry in one way or another. And this past weekend, they had Jenny and Devin from Handmade in Woolen podcast and Rib Magazine come and do a talk and kind of talk about how they got into podcasting, how they got into starting Rib Magazine.
How they ended up in Vermont.
So it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of familiar faces there, so it was fun catching up with people. Yeah. And it was great. If you haven't been to Nido yet, it's a lovely
fantastic store.
Lovely store. It's has a really nice boutique feel. It's in downtown Burlington. Yeah. It's really lovely. Fiona, who's the owner, she's wonderful.
Fantastic.
And Caitlin, who's the manager there, she's fantastic too.
Yeah.
And so we have actually been talking with them. We're going to do an event for Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
In June.
Which this year is June 10th. So keep an eye out for that. And I just think it's so fabulous that we've got such an amazing community here.
That we could totally...
That two yarn stores can work together and collaborate on projects.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fantastic, and they're so open to doing some different things with us. But our stores are so different.
They are,
and they carry yarns that we don't have, and we have yarns that they don't have.
Yeah,
and so we really complement each other very, very well.
Yes.
So it's going to be a lot of fun having a whole other kind of group to do some stuff with.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
And the talk was fantastic.
It was really fantastic. It was great catching up with Jenny and Devin again, because we see them on occasion. They pop in here and there, and so that was a lot of fun.
Yes, and I guess look for the next edition of Rib Magazine.
Yeah,
which is coming out in
June.
Their
photo shoot is this week in Boston. They said so. So they're aiming to get it done hopefully early June. They were saying. So we got some fun little swag. Oh, I didn't show this.
Oh, yeah.
Fun little swag from them. Look at the little... So Katrinkles did this. We have some of Katrinkles' little needle gauges here.
That's great.
We have to get ones with our logo on them too.
We do. We need to talk to her.
But anyway, so yeah, that it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was really interesting hearing a lot of their backstory and how they got started in it, and it's been fantastic. They're great people, and I absolutely wish them all the best because they work very hard at it. So
yes, and I think it's there's a spot in the knitting community, particularly for focusing on knits for men and boys, because it's not. I mean, there's a few designers here and there that do that, but not the bulk of it's for women.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
It's awesome.
It's very cool.
So
I know I can't wait until their next issue.
We have some super exciting news.
We do. So we should mention. Let's mention our Cal real quick. That we still have the Cal going on, the Miter Square, which we talked about a little bit with Angela's. So that's going on until the 15th. Team Angela is knitting. Team Kelly is crocheting. So
I think Team Angela is winning in terms of numbers.
I know. Come on, crocheters, hop on board.
Come
on, Team Kelly, let's go. So we've got that going until the 15th of April.
Yes.
Which actually tax day is the 18th this year, just so you guys know.
Yep.
So now let's get to our big news.
Celebration.
So
Mark your calendars.
So I've been chatting with Chelsea of Legacy Knits, and we've been bouncing emails back and forth, and they have a couple exciting things. One, they're going to start doing trunk shows.
Yes.
They asked us if we would be interested in being the first store that they do a trunk show with.
Yeah.
And of course we would. So Chelsea she's part of our kind of knitting community. Yeah. She lives in Burlington, and she comes down, and we get to see her and Justin on occasion. And Sue, whenever she comes up to visit, she usually pops in to say hi.
Yep.
And so we are doing a trunk show May 20th. It's a Saturday.
Mark your calendar.
So it gives you plenty of time to make arrangements if you don't live anywhere around here. There's a hotel right next door.
Hotel right next door.
I can see it's right within.
You could walk here.
You can look out your balcony window and see this yarn store.
Yeah.
So May 20th, Sue and Chelsea are going to be here with a bunch of their yarn.
Yes.
And it's going to be a great time. We're going to have some treats to eat, and we'll probably do some fun stuff.
And I think probably what we'll do is we may throw up a page on Facebook, just if you could
give us an idea of who's coming.
Just so we know.
Yep, I'll create an events page, just so people, if they can say, hey, we're coming, so we can kind of plan for the numbers that we might have. Yep. We don't have a time yet. We're going to probably do it kind of midday, because that's usually the busiest time, so we want to make it accessible for as many people as possible.
Like 10 to 2 or
it's the weekend after Mother's Day weekend. So if that's, you're thinking, well, that might be Mother's Day. It's the weekend after Mother's Day.
Yep.
So that's really exciting. So that's part of the news.
So that's part two.
The other part is Chelsea said, hey, we're going to start wholesaling yarn. Are you interested in carrying our yarn?
Of course we are.
Of course we are, because, I already own half the colorways anyway, I think.
And the one she doesn't have, I have.
Yeah. So we've already can start working on shop samples out of our own stash.
Yeah.
And so Sue was actually dyeing our yarn yesterday and today.
Ooh.
So we're actually going to have yarn in the store before
the trunk show.
So what does that mean for you guys? That means that if you wanted some Legacy Knits yarn and you haven't been able to get it,
you're going to be able to get it.
We're going to have it. What I might do is I might not put it up on the website for a little while, so that people who are local can get their hands on it a little easier first, and then I'll just kind of let it go on the website. I probably won't announce it, just so that it's not going to be a mad rush like when the updates happen.
Yeah.
So keep checking, and we'll have it up on the website it usually takes me a couple days anyway, so that'll allow kind of our locals. We'll tell our knit group and everything that it's here.
Yep.
And then we'll have it up on the website. And it was really funny because yesterday I got on Sue's Periscope, and and I kind of snuck in under the wire, and they were talking about, she announced that they were going to be doing a chunks show and wholesaling, and they had one store who was going to be already signed up to do wholesale.
And people are like, who?
Yeah, and people are like, who is it? And she's like, well, I'm not going to tell because I really want them to be able to announce it first. And so it was so hard for me not to be like, it's us. Yeah, it was really cute. So, so after this goes live, I'm going to send them a message saying,
It's live.
It's live. Hey,
Yeah.
have at it. Feel free to let everybody know.
Yeah.
So we're really, really excited. And
Super excited.
Sue and Chelsea are just
They're
the
so
sweetest.
amazing.
They are. And oh my gosh, both of them have such a talent for color.
Yeah.
Sue's been dyeing most of the yarn that they've been doing.
I saw some that Chelsea did. She
Oh
put up
my
on
God,
Instagram.
it was
I
stunning.
Like,
I was like, I
amazing.
want that yarn,
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. So I can't wait to see what else comes along, because they did their Bates Motel. So they usually do a theme usually related to a movie or TV show. They've done the Bates Motel. They did Elf. They did. They're gonna do a Game of Thrones one.
I saw that like a club.
It's a pre-order
Yeah.
club. So they're doing that.
Skein of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's right. Yeah, that was cute.
That was awesome.
So yeah. They've done some amazing colorways. Well, this is Parchment, and this is kind of one of what they're calling their neutrals line. Mm-hmm. And but yeah,
I mean, it's so beautiful, and it's so subtle. The
it
color
is.
that's been added to it.
There's like these darker browns and that really pretty light blue in there, and it's so gorgeous. And there are so many of theirs are really, really nice. So we are so lucky and thankful, and thank you, Sue and Chelsea, for thinking of us. And we're so honored to be the first store that you've picked to work with to do this. And we're just at a loss for words, I guess.
Know.
So we're looking forward to catching up with you guys, Sue and Chelsea, and can't wait to see you. Can't wait to have your yarns in the store.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a great time on May 20th.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
So I think that's
all we've got for you guys this time. We kind of crammed it all in. I think we got it all in. And next week we're probably going to be a little bit off from our normal recording schedule.
I cannot record on Thursday, so we're either going to have to record on a different day, or we may just have to skip a week. We don't know.
We'll figure it out. But if you don't see us for a couple weeks,
that's why.
Happy knitting and
Yes.
crocheting. Come on, Team Kelly. And we'll catch up with you next time. And
This is when, like, I live with a 5-year-old. Knitters rule, crocheters drool.
Hey. Anyway, we hope that you enjoy whatever it is you do: sewing, knitting, crocheting, spinning,
Felting,
all of it, cooking.
Yeah. Yarn dyeing.
Yeah. So, and thank you to everybody who's returning viewer.
Yes.
We really appreciate you guys. And for any new viewers, thank you. And if you're interested in subscribing so you get updates to when we put a new podcast up, you can subscribe and you'll get a notification. And I think that's it.
Okay.
And keep the messages coming.
Yes,
we love
we
hearing
love
from you
them.
guys, and any suggestions or questions.
Things you want to listen to us talk about.
Yeah, look at all this great yarn behind us.
I know.
We can talk about any of it. So, yeah.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Bye.